Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. Today is Tuesday, March 15th. And today I'm going to be talking about, do you value your time? Do you really value it? And there's a couple things that you can keep on thinking to see if you're really valuing your time and if time is important to you, because that's the number one commodity realtors have. I say this every day, several times a day. Don't spend money. It's your time that you want to spend investing in your business, because money doesn't buy business. It's time. It's your time. And you got to know where to value it and where to pinpoint of where you want to be. So, one of the terms I use with agents is, are you pre-qualifying people for your time? Not just financially. Of course, please, agents out there, pre-qualify your buyers before you take them out. And I'm going to make this video a little longer than it should be, but I'll give you little things to say to buyers. Agents sometimes just don't feel comfortable telling buyers, go get pre-approved before we show you houses. Basically, this is it. You got to give them the fear of loss, which is 100% true. Is that, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, we're going to make appointments for tomorrow or the next day. We're going to go see some houses for you. But you have time today. I have loan officers ready, willing to get you pre-approved today within the next hour or two. Well, there's lots of loan officers out there. Hopefully your favorite loan officer will be able to put someone ahead of you, because, hey, I'm going out on showings tomorrow. I want to get them pre-approved today. Because the worst thing for loan officers is giving agents bad news when after they put in an offer and go, you're not approved. That's so hard for loan officers. I'm telling you, really, they don't like it either. But one of the things you tell your buyers, potential buyers, is this, is that in this market today, we cannot submit any offers. It's going to be very hard for us to submit offers without a pre-approval letter. They're not even going to look at you. At most sellers and sellers agents don't want to see offers without a pre-approval. So let's get you pre-approved today. You can do it over the phone. We'll get you pre-approved with the lender ASAP. You got to have things like that to show fear of loss. And if you find the house you want, you're going to want to have that pre-approval letter so we can put offers in on the spot, because houses are going fast. It's the same day they go on the market. We go see it today. If you don't have your pre-approval with you, doesn't matter if you're buying it all cash. Doesn't matter if you're the best qualified person without verifying that you're approved. It's nothing. So put that fear in them, that fear of loss. So, but the value of your time, back to pre-qualifying people for your time. There's different people out there. One is, there's three, I would say, in business. There's those prospects, someday soon to be, hopefully, clients, buyers, or sellers. There's potential buyers that might be looking now, and potential sellers right now. So I'll start with the prospects. How you pre-qualify your prospects is this: is when you're making your prospecting calls, when you're making door to door or visiting people, or wherever you are talking to people, following up. We'll start with that. Following up with people in your database. At the end of that conversation, I feel that you should have a tagline, something that you're going to say to pre-qualify them. Like an example, I'm just throwing this off the top of my head, is that you're calling a past client. His name is Joe. Hey Joe, just checking in on you, yada yada yada, talk about what you want. But the tagline at the end is, hey Joe, just want to make sure, do you trust me as your real estate advisor to be the one that when you buy or sell a house, that you're going to come to me first to buy or sell whenever that time may come? And they go, yes, great. I just want to make sure that I'm the person for you and you're ready for me, because I just want to remind you, anytime you or your family, your friends, anybody you know needs anything or need any advice in real estate, think of me. I want to make sure that I earn your business when you're ready. That's right off the top of my head, something like that. You just don't say, okay, bye, see you later, Joe, have a nice day. You got to have that last tagline. Did I earn your business in the future? Because they're not buying and selling today. That'd be great. Everybody you talk to is buying or selling today. It's in the future. Ask them. You have to have that kind of connection with those people that are in your database that you're following up with, that you can, at the end of the conversation, have that last, hey, remember, I'm in real estate, but did I earn your business? Do you trust me? Am I going to be the person you call? And then they could say, hey, Tony, yeah, I really love you, and we would love to do business with you, but my sister just got her license and I'll have to use her, or my son, my cousin. They'll tell you, hopefully they'll be honest with you and go, no, I'm so sorry, I would love to use you. Now you pre-qualify them for future calls, or at least you overcome those objections the next time you follow up with them. So ask them, pre-qualify them. Should I continue to call this person over the next 10 years to when they're ready to buy or sell? So you're pre-qualifying them. Did you earn your business? Do they trust you now? You could even say it in a way that, hey, Joe, if you were buying or selling a house today, would I be your trusted real estate advisor? Would you call me right away? I just want to make sure I earn your business and your trust, and that I am the person you're going to call. Something like that. Work on that. Practice that. Again, I'm just throwing that right off the top of my head. Second is buyers. Of course, when you have potential buyers, one, that they're pre-qualified, but before that, I always push for buyers agency agreements. So buyers agency agreements is this. Explain to buyers that, listen, I have many clients, but I want you to be a VIP A1 client of mine, that you're on speed dial anytime you need to see houses, anything. I'm putting you at the top of the list, and this is my agreement. I have a buyer's, and I've had agents put this, buyer's VIP agreement. People like to be special. This is my special agreement saying I agree that I will put you ahead of the pack every time you need something when you're ready to buy. And then you agree to me, don't have to buy something, but when you do, you agree to use me. So I want to put that faith in you and put that commitment in you. I want that commitment back. Now, that is a good way of showing people that you're committed to them, and then they're committed to you. I really push buyers agreements, because especially agents out there that are showing houses, if you're getting leads off the internet, people that you don't know, those people are going all over. I hear this several times a week. I had this buyer, ran them all over, went with another agent. Why didn't you get under a buyer agreement? You already showed them. Again, making this video longer than I thought today, but just want to get these points out. If you've been showing someone houses over several days, weeks, God, I say months, and you haven't had a buyer agreement, how did you not build that kind of trust where they would trust you to sign a buyer agreement? Why would you feel uncomfortable? Why would you feel nervous about even asking them for that commitment? Think about that. Think about that. After days, weeks, months of showing houses, what didn't you do? What kind of relationship didn't you build? What kind of trust didn't you form that they wouldn't feel comfortable signing a buyer agreement? Think about that when you're working with people. So those are two things, pre-qualifying them and buyer agreement. Third is sellers. Sellers, you're going on listing appointments. You're going, hopefully your business gets to the point where you're going out on listing appointments and you're not getting every single one of them. If you're getting every single one of your listing appointments and every single one of the listings you ever get, you might be in a success level that you want. But if you're in that top tier category of mega agent, mega teams, they don't get every one of their listings. They don't. They just, because they're at that level where they're getting so many referrals and past business and sign calls, and people see them, they get to that level. Guess what? The bigger you get, the bigger mega teams and companies out there that you see, the bigger, the more they lose. Not that they lose a bigger percentage, that they're going to lose. It's just a numbers game to that. So when you get to that level where you have to sit down with someone and make them commit to you, you have to think of that. And I'm happy to work with agents one-on-one on this. I love working one-on-one with this, that last line. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I went over, you agreed with me, all my marketing, my abilities, my experience, my expertise, my company, all the things that I went through in my listing presentation is, we agreed that is good, the best to get the highest and best price for your house. Are you ready to sign so we can move on and we both hit your goals and get your house on the market as soon as possible, get it sold for the highest and best price and easiest terms for you. Again, that's off the top of my head, didn't practice that, but that's kind of the things that you want to say to them when you're making that commitment. Am I going to commit to you? I came out here, gave you my listing presentation. I explained all my marketing, how I'm better than everybody else that's been in the house. Let's commit to me. Let's commit together. Let's agree to commit. So that's the last way, because obviously that's not as often as the prospecting. That's not as often as the buyers. And then I wish it would be great if that was most agents' problems. Like, Tony, every day I got 5 listing appointments, and that would be great in this market, but it's not happening. So you got to make sure that that's important. The whole point of that little off tangent remarks there is that you got to make sure you're ready for that last sentence, that last final thing that you're going to say to that potential seller when you're in a listing appointment. You don't get a second chance. What are you going to say to close the deal, to make them commit to you? There's so many different things that you can say in that realm of things. You just got to make sure that you master it and say it and don't stumble over it like I did a little bit, because I was just throwing it off the top of my head. Because it's got to be custom to the people you're with. Did they interview more agents? Is it a friend or relative? Is it a past business? Is it a sign call? Someone you have no idea who they are. They just called you from the blue. Is it a friend or relative? You got to customize that last sale, that last sales pitch, so to say, to commit, to pre-qualify them if they're worth you continue to call them, for weeks, months. Because some people might say, I'm looking to sell in summer and it's winter, and you're going to follow up with them and take time with them. So make sure that you're in the running, make sure they trust you, make sure that they might not 100% commit to you, but they're not going to say, no, we're not interested in that. So hopefully that makes a little sense. I could go on and on. I love pre-qualifying people, any type of people, for your time. And I'm keeping it to business. Is every day. You only have a certain number of hours in the day. You only have a certain number of people you're going to talk to. You only have the certain type of conversations that you're going to have with people. Are all these people pre-qualified, or pre-qualified as much as possible for you to spend your valuable, most valuable thing you have is time on them? And it's the number one thing that I think agents do poorly when they don't succeed at real estate, because they spend way too much time on things that are not income generating thing, way too much time on people that won't commit, way too much time on activities that are not going to result in future buyers and sellers. So pre-qualify people, pre-qualify your time and where you're spending it. So that's it for today. Sorry about went a little longer than I thought, but I'm happy. Use me as a resource. I love going over this with agents and how to make the most value for the time that you spend every day. So that's it. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday. Bye-bye.